Olam Habah, the next world. We know that our sages and great men of wisdom have talked about this world to come, world to come, world to come. What is this? Is it a spiritual world? Is it a physical world? How long does it last? Are there different levels in this world? What exactly will we experience in that world? How will we transcend from this experience, this reality, to the next world? These are all questions that have a big question mark on it. Fortunately, Kabbalists for millenniums have written about an incredible advancement reserved only for those special souls who have triumphed and graduated from our mundane and earthly reality, passing the test of time and trials and tribulations of this world. Those worthy individuals, which are often called tzaddikim, the righteous ones, expand and become so-called superhumans in a godly fashion, forever transcending their previous levels to infinitely higher ones. The ancient Kabbalists and mystics write about the endless amount of spiritual worlds and dimensions that a soul will transcend while developing unique powers, tremendous wisdom, and clearer knowledge of their Creator. This period is called in Jewish tradition Olam Habah, the world to come, that we will now be discussing. My name is Rabbi Yoseph Chaim Mimran. I'm going to be your host. I've written many books on Kabbalah and mysticism, both in English and in Hebrew. You can find them on Amazon. I'm the student of the great and famous Kabbalist, Chief Kabbalist, Rabbi Yakov Hillel in Yerushalayim, in Israel. And for the first time, I'll be revealing the secrets of what awaits us in Olam Habah, the next world, the world to come. Most of this class is based on the writings of the Arizal himself in his books, and of Aryeh Kaplan's phenomenal insights in the future of our civilizations. So before embarking on this journey of this esoteric knowledge of the spiritual worlds, I must preface that we don't have a frame of reference to imagine what this world will actually look like, let alone how humans will transcend our present limited physical form. So in order to grapple with this limitation and this challenge, allow me to draw inferences from scientists who have postulated on the natural human development of mankind. It is actually quite startling how their theories correlate to our Jewish Kabbalistic traditions and how the Jewish race will actually develop and look like in Olam Habah. To get an inkling of this, we must first understand what technological advancements by mere man will look like in the distant future, in order to gain a good appreciation of the spiritual advancements of the Jewish nation in Olam Habah. Let us start our journey in the year 1964, where a Soviet scientist named Nikolai Kardashev developed a very interesting classification system that groups civilizations based on their technological progress and energy consumption. This scale, known as the Kardashev scale, ranges from type 0, which represents a civilization that has not yet harnessed the full potential of its own planet, to type 3, which can harness the energy of an entire galaxy. The interplay between energy and technology is a fundamental principle that underlines the progress of civilizations. As society gains access to more energy sources, it can develop new technologies that enable it to harness even more energy, leading to self-reinforcing cycles of advancement. It is a humbling realization that despite all the technological advancements humanity has achieved, we still remain at the lowest level of the Kardashev scale. We proudly occupy the position of type 0 civilization. This means that we have not yet achieved the ability to harness all the energy available on our planet, nor how we have established a sustainable global energy infrastructure. So what does a type 1 civilization look like? A Type 1 civilization has mastered all the energy available to their home planet and that of their neighboring star. It extracts its energy, information, and raw materials from nuclear fission, fusion power, and renewable resources. At that point, they will be capable of interplanetary spaceflight and communication, megascale planetary engineering, and medical breakthroughs to eliminate disease and slow aging. The species is a tech-augmented, but still vulnerable to extinction. A Type 1 civilization is not limited to a single planet, but has established a presence on multiple planets and moons within the solar system. They have formed a united government that spans across these planets and enables interplanetary trade, research, and collaboration. Their technological advancements have enabled them to augment themselves and their capabilities. They are not invincible and are still susceptible to extinction. As the scientist Michio Kaku explained in his book, Physics of the Future, Type 1 civilizations harvest planetary power utilizing all the sunlight that strikes their planet. They can harness the power of volcanoes, manipulate the weather, control earthquakes, and build cities on the ocean. All the planetary power is within their control. This level of control over the natural world is truly astonishing and shows just how far a civilization can progress when it masters energy and technology. Type 2 civilization. All this talk about Type 1 civilization might make it seem like we'd have superpowers, but that's nothing compared to what civilization of Type 2 are capable of. Have you ever heard about the Dyson sphere? This is where a Type 2 civilization comes in. These civilizations are able to harness the energy of an entire star by building a Dyson sphere around it. A Dyson sphere is a hypothetical megastructure proposed by physicist Friedman Dyson, which is theoretically a spherical shell built around a star to capture its energy. The energy can then be used to power the civilization's infrastructure and technology. Building a Dyson sphere would require an enormous amount of resources and technology and is not something that we have currently the capability of a civilization to do this. Type 2 civilizations would have the ability to colonize entire star systems. They would be able to build habitats and infrastructures on planets and moons and could potentially even terraform these worlds into and make them habitable for their species. They would also have the ability to manipulate the orbits of the planets and moons and could potentially even create their own star systems. According to Kardashev, this kind of civilization is so advanced that it's almost godlike. The only type of civilization that could surpass this is a Type 3 civilization. Imagine an entire galaxy with every solar system completely dismantled and every star enclosed in a Dyson cloud of energy-extracting solar cell. Can you try to imagine how powerful this civilization would be? They could travel faster than the speed of light and manipulate gravity and electromagnetic fields. They would travel using some sort of propulsion technology we do not yet know of, being able to travel the entire galaxy in a couple of days or even hours. At that stage of development, galaxies would be like simple homes for them, and planets would be nothing but stones in their path. They would have the ability to manipulate the very fabric of space and time, control the movements of stars, and extract energy from the most fundamental parts of the universe, such as supernovas and black holes. We can't even imagine what else can happen if we reach this level of civilization. Nevertheless, scientists make it clear to us this is not going to happen overnight and will probably take humans over 1 million years. Sophisticated technology in order to reach this position of advancement. With all these, you may think this should be the most powerful and advanced civilization. Even Kardashev himself believed that there could only be 3 types of civilizations. But some others, scientists, have actually postulated that there are even more advanced civilizations that are possible. Yes, a type 4 civilization. In his original scale, Nikolai Kardashev introduced only 3 levels of civilization, as he believed that the energy of the whole galaxy could cover any life form needed. Some other scientists went much further and updated the scale, imagining the possibility of civilization far beyond type 3. The sheer size of the universe offers a glimpse of what might be possible for a type 4 civilization. With billions of galaxies to explore, such a civilization could harness the energy of each one if necessary, controlling it for their own needs. They could manipulate and rearrange the galaxies like construction sets, creating new planetary systems, or even erasing something that was no longer needed from the universe. Of course, to achieve this level of control, this civilization would have to be taught new laws of physics that are currently beyond human comprehension. But the mere possibilities of such an advanced civilization is a testament to the vast potential of the universe and the endless mysteries waiting to be uncovered. But that's not all. The idea of a multi-theory or multiverse is not new and has been speculated by many scientists and philosophers for centuries, and of course, included in our kabbalistic literature. But what if there was a civilization that had not only discovered the existence of other universes, but had also found a way to harness their energy? Type 5 civilization. A Type 5 civilization would be able to control the energy of infinite universes out there. They'll control all the hidden dimensions out there, be able to transfer energy from one universe to another universe. Teleportation and even traveling through time would be a routine occurrence for them. Now, even though this sounds implausible and fiction, but we find this type of notion in our kabbalistic literature all the time, over the centuries and millenniums, known as miracles. That great Kabbalists, great rabbis were able to look into the fabric of the universe, and with Kabbalistic powers and intuition and prophecy, able to change the fabric of the natural world. Type 6 civilization, Olam Habah, level 1. A Type 6 civilization, according to the scientists, would exist outside space and time, capable of creating universes and multiverses, and also being able to destroy them instantly. If we are to reach this level of development, humanity will be able to control everything and anything. At this stage, we are practically gods. This is a description given by the great Kabbalists over the millenniums called Olam Habah, where the powers to a human being, after escalating themselves and getting over the trials and tribulation of this world, is granted with these special unlimited powers. Type 7 civilization, Olam Habah, level 2. In a far-off future, we can imagine humanity had reached the pinnacle of its evolution. They have become a Type 7 civilization, nicknamed by scientists the Omega civilization. At this point, they unlocked the secrets of the universe, and with it the secret of immortality. Members of the Omega civilization, or as we call them, the tzaddikim, the righteous of the generation, could use their virtual technology to travel to various pockets of dimensions. To achieve this, they'll be able to curve space-time so that it acquires a certain emptiness that would later be used as a new home for objects relocated in an already existing universe. Concerning all the distortions, the laws of physics would be different there. As they journey through the pocket of dimensions, they discover that each dimension was unique in its own way. Some dimensions were filled with vibrant colors, exotic creatures, or angels, as we call them, on different stratospheres. But in every dimension they visited, they found something new to learn, new ways to challenge themselves, new experiences to enjoy, and more importantly, getting closer and a better understanding of their own creator. But the most incredible thing about these pocket universes and pocket dimensions was the potential for immortality. They're able to program every single atom of every single individual in that dimension. And the civilization could continue living in the pocket universe indefinitely. And when the pocket universe eventually faded away, they could move to a pocket universe inside the pocket universe, and so indefinitely. The Omega Society, or these tzaddikim, had become masters of their own destiny, no longer limited by time and space constraints. They had become pure light energy forms capable of traveling between dimensions at will, beyond time and space, able to travel at any point of time on the timeline at will, past, present, and future. And with every dimension they discovered, they continued to push limits of what was possible, achieving feats that were once thought impossible. Even though we've now roughly described 7 crude levels of transcendency, our Kabbalists tell us that there are actually infinite amount of dimensions and levels of growth and experiences waiting for us in Olam Habah, in the next world. We will be constantly propelled up to higher and higher levels of consciousness. The goal of this eternal spiritual life is to ultimately resemble our Creator and to become sublime, perfect beings of light. And that is the purpose of Olam Habah. Thank you for listening.